how to solve the questions of the one way ANOVA. Okay, so now we see there is a question. There is the ABC three values are given. A have the values 2, 4, 6, B have the values 3, 5, 7, and C have the values 4, 6, 8. Now we see that here are the three samples, then we will use the ANOVA. We here can't use the T statistics. Okay, so first at all we will define the null hypothesis. The null hypothesis is H naught equal to X A bar equal to X B bar equal to X A bar, and the alternative hypothesis will be equal to X A bar is not equal to X B bar is not equal to X A bar. So we see that in the null hypothesis we are saying that the mean of the ABC is equal, right? Now we see now we go to the second step. In the second step we calculate the variance between the sample. Okay, so first at all we calculate the mean of the each sample. So X A bar will be equal to summation XA upon 3, because there are the 3 number of values of A. So summation of XA is 12, so 12 divided by 3 equal to 4. Similarly we will find out the value of the XB bar and the value of the XC bar. So XB bar is equal to 5 and XC bar is equal to 6. Now we will calculate the grand average of the means. So X bar will be equal to the average of the means XA bar, XB bar and XC bar, right? So XA bar equal to 4, XB bar equal to 5 and XC bar equal to 6, and the grand average of means is equal to 5, right? Now we take the difference between the means of the various samples and X bar and we will square it. So in the first column there is the XA bar minus X bar. Second column we are squaring this term. In the second column similarly XB bar minus X bar. In the fourth column we are squaring the term. In the fifth column we have XC bar minus X bar, and in the last column we are squaring the terms. Okay, so now we see that the X bar equal to 4 and X bar equal to 5. So 4 minus 5 equal to minus 1, and we square the terms which will be equal to 1. So there are the 3 rows, so we will take the 3 values. So second value will be also equal to the first value. Here also the X bar value is 4 and X bar value is 5. So the X bar minus X bar will be equal to minus 1. Similarly we will take the third value. The summation of the X bar minus X bar whole square equal to 3. Similarly we will prepare the table, right? So summation of the XB bar minus X bar equal to 0, and the summation of the XC bar minus X bar whole square equal to 3. Now we see that the sum of square between the samples, the sum of the last row is 3 plus 0 plus 3, that is equal to 6, right? Now we will calculate the variance within the sample. So now take the divisions of the various items in the sample from the mean values of the respective sample and square it. Now we are saying that in this table we are calculating the value of the A minus XA bar, A minus XA bar whole square, B minus XB bar, B minus XB bar whole square, C minus XC bar, or C minus XC bar whole square. So we are saying that the value of the A is 2 and the XA bar value is 4. So 2 minus 4 equal to minus 2. for the second observation, the value of the A is 4 and the x bar is 4, so this is the when we, A minus x bar equal to 0. In the third row we see that the value of the A is 6 and the x bar value is 4, so this will be 2. And the summation right now we are scoring the terms of the first column. So here is the 4, here is also 4, and the summation of x minus x bar whole square is 4 plus 4 equal to 8, right? Similarly we will prepare the table. The value of the b minus xb bar whole square is also 8, and the value of c minus xc bar whole square equal to 8. So the sum of square within the sample, summation x minus x bar whole square equal to 8 plus 8 plus 8. This will be equal to 24. Now we will calculate the ratio of the f. We will prepare the table. In the first column we will write the source of the variation, second column sum of squares, third column degree of freedom, fourth mean sum of squares, and in the last column we will calculate the value of f. So in the first column source of variation there are the two source of variation between the sample and within the sample. So sum of square between the sample is denoted by the SSC. The value of SSC is 6, and the within the sample is denoted by the SSE. The value of SSE is 24. Value of SSE is 24. So degree of freedom, in the first case we see that within the sample we know that the degree of freedom is c minus 1. So number of columns here are 3. So degree of freedom in the between the sample will be 3 minus 1 equal to 2, and the degree of freedom within the sample will be n minus c. So total terms here, total observations are 9. So 9 minus number of columns 3 equal to 6. Mean sum of square. Mean sum of square between the sample MSC equal to SSC upon C minus 1. So MSC is 6 and C minus 1 equal to 2. So MSC is 3. Similarly, we will find out the value of the MSC, which is equal to SSE upon n minus c, that will be equal to 4. Now we will calculate the value of the f. F is the ratio of the MSC to MSC. So here the value of the MSC to MSC is 0.75. So this is the calculated value of the f. Now we will find out the tabulated value of the f statistics at the 5% significance level. So the degree of freedom is 2. Now we see that the degree of freedom of the numerator is the MSC is 2, and the degree of freedom for the denominator MSC is 6. Okay, so we see that for the 5% level, this table is the 5% level, 5% point of the f distribution. So nu1 value is 2, and the degree of freedom for nu1 value is 2 and nu2 value is 6. So the value, the corresponding value is 5.143. Okay, so value is 5.143. So here we are saying that the f calculated value is less than f tabulated value. F calculated value is here 0.75 and f tabulated value is here 5.143. So we have to accept the null hypothesis, right?